nothing but pure idolatry. Alright? It's pure idolatry. It's nothing, they do nothing contained in the scriptures. Everything is idolatry and witchcraft in the Catholic Church. So what you people engaging in, even though you say, oh, I'm not a Catholic, I'm a Christian, or I'm a Muslim and all this stuff, man. All them denominations, all these so-called religions that you people are engaged in, all go back to the Roman Catholic Church. Okay? All go back to the Roman Catholic Church, and it's all witchcraft. Key reader.
Thus, in the process of time, an ungodly custom grew strong and was kept as a law.
And it was kept as a law. Alright? That's right, because if you didn't bow down to this madness, which the great example is the history of the Taínos, the Arawaks, alright? When Christopher Columbus, alright, and them Spaniards came over here to the so-called New World, which they knew what they was doing, alright? And they imposed that image upon them. And if they didn't worship him, alright, they will hang them, they'll chop their limbs off, they'll burn them alive at the stake, okay? And they show you movies like that, man. Alright, keep reading.
And graven images were worshipped by the commandments of the kings.
Yeah, and they worship graven images. They worship Mary. They worship the angels. Alright, they worship the saints. Talking about you gotta pray to them. You ain't supposed to be worshiping angels, and you ain't supposed to be worshiping the saints, and you ain't supposed to be worshiping Mary. Okay? The only mediator between man, which is talking about the Israelite man, and the Heavenly Father is who you really call Jesus Christ, not no Mary, and not no saint this and angel that. Come on now. Keep reading.
Whom man could not honor in present, because they dwell far off, and they took confederate counterfeited of his visage from far.
The counterfeit, alright, of his visage, alright, the fake image of his face, okay, because the counterfeit is what, a fake? It's not the real thing. So they had the real images of the Israelites and of the Lord. They got something you can, if they got it at the library, it's called Russian icons, or Byzantine, what they call Byzantine art, okay, which have images of the Lord and the saints and the angels and the Heavenly Father, all right, and we were to call Jesus Christ and the disciples depicted as men that had color with afros, okay, but now all them images have been destroyed. That's iconoclasm, the destruction of the images or the faces of the Israelites. That's the covering of the saints. That's what we reading. Keep reading.
And made an expression image of a king whom they honored, and to the end that by this their forwardness they might flatter him that was absent, as if he were present.
Yeah, and that's what you get these people doing in these churches. They be flattering the Lord. The Lord ain't there, man. They be saying their heart out. They be babbling, falling out, spinning, so-called catching something, which them be demons that hopping on their ass when they start babbling and wilding out like that in them churches. All right, but they supposed to be honoring the Lord, right? Keep reading.
Also, the singular
the signature.
The signature of diligence of the factor did help to set forth the ignorance of more superstition.
To more superstition, that's right. And that's going into Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci, which depict the Lord, all right, cover the face of the judges of who you really call Jesus Christ, as well as other images of the saints and the Lord, and depict them as Caucasians. That's why you people engage in Renaissance art as thinking those are the true images of the Lord. But then you get people, oh, that's not, we know that ain't the Lord, but yet they'll still have 20 some odd images in their house, and in their mind, they believe that's the Lord. Which can lead to you getting put to death, man. All right, keep reading.
For he pre-adventured willingly to please one of the authorities, forced all his skill to make the resemblance of the best fashion. And so the multitudes, allured by the grace of the work, took him now for a god.
Yeah, so when they admire it, oh man, it's so beautiful, you know. Oh man, I forgot the name of this movie, but it was one of these movies. It's not recent. It's like had to be made in the 90s. It was talking about when the Spaniards went to go conquer the Aztecs. Okay, and it was this one Jake. He refused. He was like I think he was like a scribe for the people, and it showed how the Spaniards destroyed all the records or the writings of the Mexicans or the Aztecs when they conquered them. Okay. What you want?
Y'all from right here?
Nah. All right. If you're looking for a place, the map right there. Okay. All right. So they destroyed all the written records or the language of the Mexicans because they knew they spoke Hebrew and they knew that they was Israelites. Okay. So what they did, they basically beat that out of this guy, and he refused to worship the Mother Mary, right? So what they did, they chained him up, right? Like this, right? And this guy proceeded to whip him, and while the image of the statue of Mary is in front of him, and all the mother saints and stuff, but mainly they was trying to get them to worship Mary. That's why you Latins are heavily into the worship of the Mother Mary. Okay? And he refused, so what the guy did, he took a torch and he put it to this dude's feet and started smoring this dude's feet, man. Like you melt marshmallows over a fire, he was melting this dude's the soles of his feet. And he was then he started worshiping him. Cause he beat them into submission and to worshiping that madness, man. Okay? Then they tried to transform him into a friar and stuff, but he was so bugged out, man. All right? And that's how you people are too. When you go to these so-called Christian bookstores or whatever, they see these fake images of the Lord and they get all, oh wow, that's so beautiful. Oh, I like how that looked. It was the same thing when they created that image. Keep reading.
And so the multitudes, allured by the grace of the work, took him now for a god, which a little before was but honored as a man. And this was the occasion to deceive the world.
To deceive the world. All right? And that's why everybody in the world, mainly here in America, all right, for a time, believed that the so-called white man was a righteous, God-fearing Christian. He believed in the Lord. The Lord was Caucasian. All right, the Heavenly Father has to be white because his son is white. Them people over there in the state of Israel, all right, they got to be the Lord's people because they Caucasian and they say they the Lord's people. So everybody was deceiving and thinking that the Lord was a so-called white man. Fulfilling what Paul spoke about, as well as other prophets spoke of, about so-called white man, which is the man of sin, all right, exalting himself, all right, above that which is worshiped as the Heavenly Father. Because if I'm not mistaken, Christianity is the so-called major religion or popularity religion amongst the whole world. Okay? Outside of Islam and Judaism. Keep reading.
For men serving either calamity or
tyrant
did ascribe unto stones and stocks the incommunicable name.
That's right. Okay? That's right. So go back to Job 9:24.
Job chapter 9 verse 24. The earth is given unto the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. Therefore, if not, where and who is it?
Yeah, if it's not the people that's in power now that created this image of that you people worship as Jesus Christ or as the Lord, then who is it? That's the man of sin. So go back to Mark, where we was in Mark chapter